Jessie Wu, and on behalf of BLK and Black Love Exists, today we're going to be chatting it up with some single Black fathers who are on the dating scene, but they're very dedicated to their children. Now, I was prepared to interview some daddies. I didn't know we was going to have some zaddies up in here today. They fine. I might leave here with a husband. But anyway, before we get into all that, gentlemen, please do us the honor of introducing yourselves.
My name is Q, and I have a 3-year-old daughter.
My name is Kevin. I have 2 boys, and they're 5 and 8.
My name is Isaiah, and I am the father of a 14-year-old son.
My name is Deshaun, and I have a 12-year-old daughter.
Okay. Now, have you guys ever experienced a woman telling you, I don't do dudes with kids?
They're pretty upfront about it.
Yeah.
In my experience, women, they kind of let it be known.
So let's talk about balancing fatherhood with dating. How do you balance both of those things?
It's a lot easier at this age than it was when he was younger, because again, I'm about to toot my horn for a second. I was a real life single dad, like the stay at home, like bathe, make breakfast, you know what I mean? Can't go out because if he see you leave, you're gonna start crying. Like, it was real difficult initially because, you know, I can't give you the type of time that it takes to really build an adequate relationship.
I'll start talking to people. It's like, oh, well, you know, when can you talk or when do you meet? I'm like, well, I got my daughter this day, this day, this day. Usually that, you know, scales back, you know, the who's available.
What are some negative perceptions that people have about Black fathers that you just want to denounce?
I'd say the biggest perception is that I'm a part-time father, especially as a Black man, that I'm not there for my daughter, and that's completely inaccurate for a lot of Black men, honestly.
Deadbeat, for sure, number 1 on the list. To the point where the bar is kind of low and it's a little offensive. They find you do anything with your kids. And
It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Although we may benefit from it in the short term, that's bad for the community as a whole, that's a stigma.
Yeah, just, you know, that you don't spend quality time with your kid.
Most of the times when you see fathers, it's like, you think the baby running around with the diaper on backwards, dinner is burning, and you know what I'm saying, the kid got the lampshade on their head, you know what I mean? Just understanding that, you know, we know how to take care of our kids too.
Yeah.
And we care with the same, you know what I mean, intention and with the same love and the same compassion that mothers do as well.
How soon do you introduce the person you're dating to your kid, and does your child's opinion matter? I know for me, when I was a child and my mama brought the man who's now my stepfather around, I was like, hell to the no.
It's interesting for me right now because my daughter is so young. Like, if she was older, then I feel like my answer would be different. But because she's 3, then there's some layer of I gotta have that conversation with her mother, because that's what I would want to be done. I don't want you bringing my child around somebody random and I don't know.
When is too soon to introduce your mate to your kid?
Man, when you just like them. I'm not introducing nothing until I'm like in love with that girl and it's like about to be more serious.
Right. You guys all feel the same?
That was a great answer.
Yeah. Bottom line.
Okay. Have you guys ever experienced an incident or a time when your child was like, no, I do not like who you're dating?
My son didn't like my ex-wife. She didn't have the same type of love that I have for my child. So when it came to discipline, or when it came to, you know, what she thought was right versus what I believed is right, you know, we just always butt heads, and it always affected our relationship. You know what I mean? So
Did she have kids?
she had one.
Okay.
Yeah, she had one. And so even that, how she parented, it was just a, you know, yeah, it was you saying. I was like, your kid like me, why you don't like mine? Like.
Okay. Now let's talk about the BLK app. How do you guys feel about people proudly putting Team No Kids in their bios?
I think you're on top just saying the bar, like, okay, she cool on that, so you swipe left.
If your preference is to have no kids, brag about it, as we brag about our children.
If you're having a conversation with that person, it lets you know what they're looking for, what their priority might be.
I've never been a big dating app person, but during the panoramic, I got bored. And I was just trying to meet people. So at the top of the pandemic, I was in New Jersey. And so it was kind of hard to meet Black men where I was. I like it because I am able to meet more black men, that's my goal. I want to be with a black king. Yes, Lord. Let's talk about what you guys look for in the women that you're dating. Are you looking for someone who displays motherly qualities?
If I happen to meet a lady and me and her were on a good level and she wasn't very motherly but was accepting of them, it wouldn't bother me because I'm going to do everything that for them regardless.
That's interesting because it's like, what if you had to go somewhere and you had to leave your kids with
Yeah, I need
the
that.
person you're dating? Like, wouldn't that be something you'd be concerned with? It's like if she's never shown you any motherly instinct, you wouldn't be like, ow.
Not that you say that specific scenario. Yeah.
Right.
I guess I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But like,
Because I get what you're saying. It's
right,
like,
right.
I'm hands-on, so I'm not going to throw them on you. But it's like, girl,
put
can you flip a pancake?
As much as I'm sure we are good fathers and things like that, there's just some things that like only a woman can do. It's just for me, you know what I mean? And so I'm a great dad, you know what I mean? But I still need the nurturing of a woman, you know what I'm saying, around my child.
I second that.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about women who don't want to be stepmoms?
I would ask like what type of stepmom things you think you'll be doing, because my daughter's grown. And at the end of the day, I just want you won't allow her to do anything wrong, you know what I mean? Tell her wrong from right. It's like really simple.
We had that conversation at dinner, just check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just, it's just, you don't want to be a step, and that's your right. It's your right. You don't want to be a stepmom. It's perfectly fine. It's just, we won't get past this. Yeah.
Obviously, I'm choosing my daughter, so nice to
You
meet
better,
you,
honey.
but I'm good.
So what's an early sign that a woman has shown you where you believed, okay, she's not going to be good with my child, or she is?
A woman told me one time, I said, oh, yeah, I can't, man. I got my son. You like, you ain't got nobody to watch him?
Ooh, that was the answer, like right after you didn't even finish the question she asked.
Right, yeah, like you ain't got nobody to watch him. You can't ask nobody to watch him?
Lord, have mercy.
No.
Not to,
Let's get to the uncute stuff. Baby mamas. Lord, I've had my own experience with a baby mama, and my God, like, oh Lord Jesus.
can we hear your experience?
We need another special. We need another video. I was dating someone who had a child. So, when I would go over there, like I would read to the baby. I would, spend time with him, play with him. And she took that as if I was trying to be, his mom. And I was like, girl, I'm trying to put your child to bed so I could put his daddy to bed too. How do you guys reassure the women that you're dating that you are not going to bring baby mama drama to them?
It's my responsibility to make sure that the woman I'm dating sees the dynamic of the relationship and makes her comfortable about it. She needs to be included on what makes her comfortable. You know what I mean? I used to be like, hey, you can't call after 10 o'clock. If my son ain't sick or nothing, don't call me after 10 o'clock. Like, set those boundaries, you know what I mean? Because, my girl needs to feel comfortable.
So, for starters, I don't use the term baby mama. No offense to anybody that does, but I lead with, it's either my ex-wife or my daughter's mother.
Period.
And from there, it's just how you present it. Like I package it accordingly.
How do you all feel about blending families?
My kids, their mother had a child prior to me, so I was in that position. Throughout the rough patches, it was rough, but now she's just like one of the gang. You know what I mean? We all hang out like might as well all be my kids because we that's just how it's distributed.
I still take care of my ex's daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys formed that close of a bond?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 14.
Nice. So the same age.
Same
as
age,
your-
they're the same age.
I get it.
Yeah. Cash after yesterday.